let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, when it comes to being a confident husband, like I know what I'm doing, where do you fit over there?
I'm like a 12.
Okay.
But that's probably the wrong place to be. I'm a 12 and always in trouble.
Welcome to the Learner Husband podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about everything from I do to what on earth am I supposed to do. My name is Stuart Taylor. I'm a full-time comedian, part-time learner husband. I'm not here to give you advice, guys. I'm just here to ask questions. Now, if you are a fan of the podcast, you know that I start by standing behind the bar and welcoming you into my space. It's not actually my space, guys, so I'm on the wrong side because I'm joined today by the man who actually owns this lovely space over here. In fact, the bar is named after him.
The Red Line Bar.
The Red Line Bar, Mr. Antony. Red Line. Ashley,
Thank you for having me.
thank you for having us.
there
we
we go.
appreciate it. I gotta know, where does the name Red Line come from?
So back in the day at the Nurburgring, every time I left the pits, I would leave in a car, wheel spinning, and I'd go, "Wah, ba, 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 wah." And my mates afterwards said, "Why do you always wheel spin to the red line?" And I said, "That's so I know, like acoustically, where the red line is. So then I don't have to look at the tachometer again."
So you keep your eye on the road and you can
Exactly.
just listen.
And
That's a man who multitasks, my friend, which means I think you'll be able to give us lots of advice when it comes to being a husband. Because if you can multitask as a husband, you've got it waxed.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Pour us a drink, let's go have a chat. Some of you may not recognize without his helmet on. Race car driver, race car enthusiast, a race car instructor. Mr.
Yeah.
Ashley, thank you very much for joining me,
Cheers.
Squire.
Thanks for having me.
So, firstly, I shouldn't be saying welcome because we have the pleasure of shooting our podcast in
Yeah.
your little side project over here, my friend. Thank you so much for opening your doors to us and giving us a cool spot to shoot.
And we've been in the background for several podcasts now, watching, and it's been epic to see what you guys have been doing and the guys that you've had on. So well done.
Thank you, my friend. Have you felt the FOMO? You're like, I must also go and give my advice.
No, I thought it was fine to be in the background. You know, we were just saying hello and being friendly, and you know, and it's just a fun space to be in, and that's what we've tried to create at Moto Village, is a nice petrol-head man cave inviting space.
You have done that and your doors have been opened and we thank you for it, sir. So now we pull you out of the background, we put you on the couch over here.
Yeah.
Before we get into your advice on being a husband and so on,
I'm feeling intimidated already.
we'll ease you into it. Don't worry,
Yeah.
we'll ease you into it. How on earth do you end up teaching people to race motor cars in Germany on the Nurburgring of all places?
Yeah, so I studied advertising and marketing, and when we finished, there was a national shortage of jobs, and everyone wanted to go off and work for like a corporate advertising agency.
Sure.
And I had a look at what they were doing, how much they were getting paid, the kind of hours they were working, and who their clients were. And I couldn't see it. I was a petrol head. So I went out and started a car rental company.
Okay.
And we started this car rental company on the 10th of December. Now you can imagine, we've already missed a big portion of the boat or the tourists coming in.
Of course.
But it's just before Christmas.
Yep.
And we launched, and the phone didn't ring, and the phone didn't ring, and the phone didn't ring. So I was like, oh man, this is a dud. So I went off to my parents' camping spot in the Cederberg Mountains where there's no signal.
Yeah.
And I came back 5 days later, and my two business partners were like, "You won't believe it, the phone hasn't stopped ringing."
Amazing.
And I did that for 6 years. We would buy the bread and butter cars, which would be like a BMW X5 in black that could service a high-end Constantia client, or a dignitary, or a security detail,
Right.
or a Mercedes S-Class, or a BMW 650 Cabriolet. But invariably we got asked, could you rent us a Ferrari F430 Spider on the weekend, or a Porsche Boxster, or a Bentley or a Rolls Royce? So we owned a portion of the good bread and butter cars,
Yes.
and then we subleased the fun toys.
Right here. I love the fact that you refer to an S-Class car as a bread and butter. An X5, oh, that's just a bread and butter.
Yeah.
As opposed to most of our dream.
I know. In those days they were. And they were hard grafters. And,
Yeah.
and thankfully, we could take them in for a service.
Yeah.
And just plug them in and fix them. And then after 6 years, it took a while to realize that this is a lot of hard work. And so I sold out of that business. And I thought I was going to become Tom Cruise in that movie Cocktail.
Yes.
And he lives, on a beach, and he serves, he serves beer from a bar, and he looks cool. And so I did a barman's course, and I'd never served a drink. I'd never waited on anyone. I thought, this is my next move. I'm going to go overseas. I'm going to play it cool. And every time I searched for something, it came back to cars.
Oh, wow, okay.
And the next thing I knew, I was emailing the owner of the biggest car rental company in Europe at the time. And we had quite a few similarities in that, he raced Alphas and I liked and had owned Alphas. And he just sent me back an email saying, look, it sounds like a great fit. Why don't you come over? So I just replied back. I said, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And I never even said hello or anything since then. And I arrived there, and it all went well. And I lived, worked, and raced at the Nurburgring for 5 years.
That is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
There's much to be said there about just picking the lowest hanging fruit and listening to the universe that says, leave the drinks alone. When I started writing the show, right, Learn a Husband, when it was being written, it was inspired by an advanced driving course. Because I did this advanced driving course, and I remember driving home afterwards, and I was like, I feel so confident. I feel like, ooh, I can do this thing. I was like, imagine there was a course that makes you feel like that in your marriage. We're like, oh, yes, man, I know what I'm doing here. So let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, when it comes to being a confident husband, like I know what I'm doing, where do you fit over there?
I'm like a 12.
Okay.
But that's probably the wrong place to be.
Mine is 12.
I'm a 12 and always in trouble.
Okay. How long have you been married now?
Since 2017. How many years is that?
Yeah, that's like 5 plus 3, 8.
Yeah.
8 years?
Yeah.
8, 9?
Somewhere around there.
Thereabouts. I'm so happy that your wife is not here, because wives know it to the month, my friend.
And to the day.
And to the day.
And if I think about it now, the day is coming up in 14 days, 2 weeks' time.
I'm glad I'm here to remind you.
Yeah.
I'm glad. What's on the horizon as a gift?
I have no idea. I have not thought about that at all.
I'm so happy I'm here to remind you, Ant.
Yes.
So that you can get your head around it, my
And
friend.
you know what you're doing? You're doing a good service as a mate, as a man, because often something like that occurs to me, and then I'll phone a certain friend. I'll like, listen, dude, it's Father's Day. Like, it's tomorrow. Like, sorry, not Father's Day, Mother's Day.
Tomorrow. I need something.
You need to get something. Like, even if it's just a bouquet of flowers. So we're helping each other. Yeah.
We are. I always thought that like a Learn a Husband app idea would be a great thing if you put in your anniversary and I send you a WhatsApp from Learn a Husband telling you, listen, the anniversary is coming up. Here's some gift ideas, because you just put in details about it.
I'm your first subscriber.
It's going to be a paid subscription, my friend. So, in terms of getting married, you left you left Germany.
Yeah.
You decided to settle back here in
Yeah.
South Africa. Talk to me about that decision, because often people will go, no, the grass is green on the other side. There's so many more opportunities. Was it a conscious decision? Was your wife very supportive of that?
Look, as you can see around me, everything is revolved around cars. It's been like that my whole life. Absolute petrol-head fanatic. And living in Germany at literally the mecca of cars, motorsport and development, it's almost too much. Right. And what I love about Cape Town is the diversity, not just in its people, but the things that you can do and see. And so when you come here, you feel more like this is a place where you can bring up a family. You've got the beach, you've got the mountains,
nice.
You've got the Karoo inland, and we've got wine farms, and we do have a racetrack if you want to do that. And if you want to take up water skiing, you can do that, or kite surfing. There's just so much to do here, which the rest of the world doesn't often have to offer. And so for me, Cape Town is the place for the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Second to that is I have my family, so
Yep.
I have my parents-in-law, and I have my folks, which are great for small kids, at least
absolutely.
up until the age of 10.
Yep.
And then
Support
I've got my
structure.
mates, and
Nice.
the whole network. And for me, that's very important, like people before the dollar signs.
Yes.
And so I I have a shipping business, and we, ship out South Africans, and they all come with a different story as to why they're leaving.
Yeah.
Not so many leave after COVID times than they do now, but the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
I think, no. I think you hit the nail on the head there. And especially when it comes to the lifestyle that you can live in this town versus almost anywhere else. From a cost perspective or just...
Okay, here's a cool stat, right?
Yeah.
In December, Cape Town International Airport usually gets over 1 million passengers. October, we beat that.
Wow.
So now we're getting towards the end of November, we're going to surpass that. What are we
Sheesh.
going to do in December?
Yeah.
This city is where people want to come.
100%.
They're coming to see where we live.
Exactly.
This is where we
Yeah.
live.
And it is wild when people who have it go, oh no, maybe it's better on the other
Yeah.
side. I really think you feel that way if you haven't traveled outside the borders.
Sure. And I always maintain, if you can afford or work hard enough to afford an overseas trip a year,
Beautiful.
right, into like Europe or America or Asia, then you get that feeling outside of South
Yes,
Africa.
yes, yes.
You get to see what the rest of the world is
Yeah.
doing. And then if you can do great local travel,
Yeah.
you've ticked all the boxes.
100. That's where some people miss it. They miss the great local travel part of it. Because that's the thing that really makes you fall in love with this country.
Man, we have amazing spots in the Western Cape and the whole country. So,
And family friendly, to your point.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. What's your choice of holiday for the family? Is it a bush without tech, or is it a beach without tech, or is it a lake without tech?
I have two at the moment. So, first off, I want active holidays. I want where we're seeing and doing at the same time. So,
Right.
I don't necessarily just want to lie on the beach with a sun lounger
Okay.
and order a cocktail. I want to do something. So, we have a little spot in the Cedarburg, and that means there's no cell phone signal. So, that's a big de-stressor. And you come back just feeling refreshed. And everything is outdoors. So we're on the mountain face. It's all about hiking, mountain biking, fresh air, and just being physically active. So we've been doing that now since I was 6 months old. So
Sure.
yeah, 40 something years. And the family and all the families love going there. So that's cool. And then for me, I always like water, but inland water, a lake, a lagoon, a dam. And again, we go with a boat, and we want the kids to be active and outdoor in the sun, and watching mom and dad do cool stuff and playing themselves, and swimming in the lake and on the beach. And
That's an interesting point that you make over there, because you say you've been doing it for 40 odd years, and maybe that's a lesson from your parents and a lesson that new parents can take on. Like, you want that lifestyle for your kids, right? But if you didn't have that lifestyle, it's not good enough to say to your kids, hey man, go swim. And then I'm going to sit over here. I think to your point, like, you're mirroring your parents, like that the family becomes an active family as opposed to, oh, hey kids, you go and leave mom and dad alone while.
Sure. So my parents were definitely like that, and I think to a degree you're right. But I think as parents, we need to do what we enjoy, and we need to instill values and morals into our children, with energy that they hopefully enjoy what we're doing.
Right.
And it goes back to that whole immigration topic that we were talking about, because had I moved to London or New York or Sydney, who's to say my kids would have stayed there? They might have got a cool job and moved to another big city.
True, yeah.
So actually, I'm living my life, and I'm going to make my life as cool as I can make it, and my kids can fit in, and yes, I'll make it very cool for them. But
Yes.
they're going to develop their own personality and their own energy and their own opinions, and ultimately they're going to decide where they want to go.
Ooh.
And they might not move because of
Yes.
political pressures within this country.
Yeah.
They might move for the coolest job
Yep.
that just happens to be in Hong Kong.
Yes.
I don't want to move to Hong Kong on the basis that they might move there. I want to live where I'm happy.
Right. It reminds me of another conversation I had about parents need to live their life not for their kids, right? They've got to live their life for themselves. Like, you've got to live your best life, and your kids must fit into your best life.
And it's hard to do that in today's society because parents are way too conforming to meeting the kids' needs.
Yes.
And when we grew up,
Oh,
and
no,
our
your parents went, yo, you will fit into our eye what I'm doing.
When they went out for dinner and you didn't fit in, they said, right, you can go over there.
Yeah.
Or sleep under the table. Or go to the car and sleep in the car. And
But this is the thing I'm doing.
I got it back then, and I get it now. But it's hard to get that through today's modern society because they view their children as number one. And yes, they are number one in so many ways.
Yeah. But you're not living your life for them.
That's it. And my father taught me this a while ago through what was an interesting lesson because I was super naughty and I did something wrong. I stole my mother's car and I took it for a joyride. And he came home.
On brand.
He came home and opened the garage and realized that my mother's microbus was not there. And in the microbus, I had about 7 or 8 friends, and we went out juggling. So when I came home to open the garage door, it didn't open. Well,
Right.
what's wrong with the garage door? Then he opened it, and of course my mates all bolted. They were gone.
You're on your own, bud.
And I went upstairs, and my father was livid with me, and he said, you know what? You are actually creating unnecessary pressure between your mom and I. And your mom comes first. Not you, you little SH1T.
Yeah.
Your mom comes first.
Yes. Yeah.
So sort it out.
Yeah.
Because she is first in my life,
Yeah.
not you.
There is something, listen, it's definitely a thing that I do with my kids as well. Andy was sitting across the way from me, and my wife always sits across the way from me. Andy comes and he plonks himself down over there, and I'd been away for like a week. So we're sitting down for dinner, and he's like, I'm there. And he's in a mood anyway. And I was like, yo, my man, move. And he's like, but I'm already sitting. And I was like, I want to sit and have dinner and face my wife, my friend, not you. Get out. He's like, ho, 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 ho.
Yeah.
So and I think it is a valuable thing that you kind of show to them that, number one, it's not about not living this life for other people, but it's about living your best life. And I think if you live your best life, it gives them permission to do the same.
Yeah, and it shows them what that means. You know, especially if you can show them how hard it is to achieve certain things.
Yeah.
That you might fail, and then get it. Because, you know, when you're a little kid and you're like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, everything that you do, you're not good at to start with. You might have a talent, but you're still not good at it.
Yes.
So you're going to fail.
Yeah.
And in today's society, to try and show people that failing is part of the progression is quite difficult. So I'm really pushing that with my kids. Like, watch me. I'm going to do something now, and I might not get it right first time.
Right.
But I'm going to keep on trying until I do.
Brilliant.
You know?
Brilliant. Yes. Oh, that's a really valid point, because we sometimes don't show them that side of it. Like, we just want to show them, hey man, we're winning at life here. Boy, we're winning at life. And then they go into the world and they're not just winning at life, and they're like, shit, man, what am I not as good as my dad?
Yeah, they mustn't be too sheltered. You know, the generations that have come before us have had it very different.
Yes.
You know, if you think of your parents, they were in World War II.
Yeah.
And then your parents came out of that, and they were hardcore.
Yeah.
And then we've become a bit more soft.
That is I was thinking about that today. Like, I was driving here thinking about this notion that man wasn't designed to like have a soft life all the time. Like, you need a little bit of stress in your life from time to time. And it's important to kind of also remind our kids of that. Like, the luxuries we have right now, they go, the richest person in the
20s,
in the 20s didn't have access to a warm shower.
Yeah.
That's something you take for granted nowadays. I
Yeah.
suppose we tell them that.
But
from time to
like,
time.
I mean, I guess every generation has got like their version of that story.
Yes.
But there are ways that you can kind of instill that into them and to say, like, listen, you need to do well to achieve. And I think it was like last week, my little boy said to me when I'd come home, so because I work so close to the school and where I live, I can do the school runs and I can pick and drop them off, and I can pop home when I need to, and I like that proximity. I've sort of designed it like that. And I came home in the afternoon, but I was just coming back to pick up something, and he thought I was coming home for the afternoon,
And he was sort of like, oh, Dad, you're like, are you here or are you going back to work? And I was like, my boy, I'm still going back to work. I'll be here for dinner, but like, there's stuff to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I've got to accomplish something so that we can enjoy good times when it's necessary.
That's a very vital thing to kind of teach them from the get-go. Big thanks to the team here at Moto Village in the southern suburbs of Cape Town for hosting this episode of the Learner Husband podcast. Moto Village is basically a petrol-head's dream come true. You can pop in for a coffee, come buy your dream car, or even have your car detailed at the Glossfather, or take care of full body repairs. But the best part is that this unique space is available for hire. So give them a call to inquire about using the space for your next event. In terms of practical relationship tips, you are an entrepreneur. You've got fingers in many, many pies, which means that your time isn't always your own. How do you juggle putting the time into your kids, but more importantly, how do you juggle putting the time into your wife and your marriage so that that doesn't feel like it's being neglected by this busy life?
I often tell my wife, I'm a simple man. I like cars, I like braais, and I like rugby. If you want to find me, I'll be watching cars whilst braaiing because the rugby's about to come on.
So come spend quality time by me, man.
Come and sit with me at the braai, and then we can have a full conversation.
I was like, listen, I'll give you all the quality time you want as long as it's in this proximity over here.
My wife is a hard worker as well, and she's got quite a demanding job, and it's more than a 5-day work job. So she's often working on weekends, and she loves it. So I'd never want to take that away. And she's climbing the ladder and progressing, and she's a fantastic, contributor to the monthly wage that we put into the family household. So it goes back to all the statistics where they say, like, you know, in your 30s and your 40s, those are the hardest years to survive a marriage because there's so much going on. You have these little ones who are so demanding, and you need to be involved in their lives and school and sport and extracurricular activities, and now you've got to create time for each other. And full circle back, that's why I live here, because my parents are only too happy to take the kids for a night so that we can go out on a date night. And the same goes for my parents-in-law. And that is really relieving us of a lot of pressure so that we can still, when there's time, spend quality time together.
No, then I think you're winning. There is, man, that support structure is such a vital thing, especially when you've got young kids. It really is a bit of a lifeblood to your marriage when you are able to say, Mom, Dad, I've got a little thing happening. Can you sort out? And they're happy to drop everything and help you out with that.
And I'm sure you've got mates who live overseas.
And then it's not
and they are doing all their own washing, all their own cleaning. They have to do all their own chores. There's no help that they can really get. And they are frazzled. Frazzled. They are just not enjoying life like we do in South Africa.
Happy days. I do take your point over there, like the fact that the marriage is stronger because you're both following your own path.
You need to be individuals.
Yes.
For me, you must be your individual that you're happy within your own space, with your own social group. And your wife is doing the same.
100%.
You can't be completely entwined into each other's relationships with others and each other's hobbies. I want my time to shine and to do what I enjoy. You go and do the same. I will support you, and I'll look after the kids, and I'll hold the fort. Go and do it. I'm all for it. And hopefully I get the same support back. And if I don't, I'm going to monetize it.
Spoken like the prophet. So there's a book called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, and he explains marriage like that. Because marriage is a house, and you need these two pillars, and the pillars can't be close together. The pillars have to be independent in order to hold up the structure. You put your two pillars together, you put this massive thing across, it's not going to work. You need space, time, and independence in order to make this thing work. You're a prophet, my friend.
I don't know where this comes from.
You're channeling. Thank you very much for hosting me.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. That brings us to the end of season 1 of the Learner Husband podcast. I've had so many amazing guests. I know you guys have enjoyed it very much. We're taking a bit of a break, but we'll be back in January. So look out for season 2 of the Learner Husband podcast. Guys, enjoy your Christmas break. Have an amazing, safe, festive season. Go watch some comedy if you get a chance. In fact, I'm going to drop my comedy special right here on YouTube and you can watch it for free. But in the interim, go watch those Learner Husband episodes and maybe we'll be back at Moto Village to shoot the next season.